Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this snowy live stream to help us cool off on this rather warm summer's day. We'll be starting at 1:30. It's in about 5 minutes' time. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the stream. We will be going live, well, we're already live, but we will be starting in around about 4 minutes' time. So grab your drinks, light refreshments, ice lollies highly recommended. If you've got an air conditioning unit, then lucky you. Starting in the next 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, starting soon.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
Don't do that because we're not playing Locomotive Livery Location on today's stream. Suddenly I say that and my viewer count drops down to 0. Hello everybody, how are you doing? Hope you're all keeping nice and cool in this glorious weather. It's about 38 degrees where I am. I've got a computer tower right by my leg kicking off loads of heat. So I'm a little bit on the warm side, as you can probably imagine. So I thought, what better way to cool down than to play the new Island Line DLC, the Class 4.8. I should know what this is, shouldn't I? I've been playing it enough. The new 4.84 DLC in the snow to help us cool off a bit. Before we jump into the stream, and as always, guys, all the views and opinions expressed within this video are solely my own, may not reflect those of any companies I may be employed by or associated with. Also, I am obliged to tell you that Dovetail Games have given me this DLC free of charge, but all the views and opinions are my own. So, few of you in the chat tonight. See, I'm so used to streaming in the evening. Muscle memory. So many of you in this afternoon. Okay, let's jump straight in and have a little play. Oh, excuse me. Find the right button, that helps as well, doesn't it? So we are doing 2 Delta 09 ride Pierhead to Shanklin, 7:45 departure. We are already late, but we won't worry about that too much just yet. So first thing we're going to do is get the train set up. So I'm going to put all the safety systems in because I like driving with safety systems on. Let's get you some game audio on so you can hear what's going on as well. Oh, my game's crashing. That's not good. Don't do that. We're going to key on. Round to neutral. There we go. Right, do our lights. Our lights are done up there. Fantastic. Heating. Heating is on. Leave the heating on. Passenger lights. That's cab door. Saloon lighting on. And we're going to release the passenger doors as well. Now I'm going to take a run up to the back of the train. Sounds like it's raining. Run up to the back of the train and just check the lights on the back of it because... Oh no, we do actually have reds on the back of this one. All the services I've done starting at Shanklin have still had whites on the back. That's quite nice. This has got reds on the back, so that is good. So we'll have a little drive along the route, guys. If there's anything you want to see as we go along, anything you want to know, then do ask me in the chat and I will try and do my best to answer your questions and everything else. Okay, cab door, where are we? Close. Lock doors. There's been lots of streams on this today. I see Joe, who is in the chat, British Ace, has been streaming this most of the morning. There's some really good streams. He's been showing us guard mode as well, where you can actually guard the train, which is really good. So if I've done this right, let's go into forward, that always helps. We should be off. Let me know if you want the game audio up or down, guys, or what you want me to do with it. We've got our lighting control here as well for our instrument lights. So we can just whack that up. So, who have we got in the chat today? Pig and Bob, Amtrak to EMD, Demon Eddie, Lawrence Adams, Tizer, Super Luke, Londo Spark, Jack Newell, hello, Pure Lemon, Benjamin Ramsey, Volvo B10M, Omzy23, Gameview, Mr. Quicko, Samuel 05, Lucy Turner, Pure Lemon, sorry if I've missed you out. Fantastic to see so many of you in on this baking hot afternoon. If you haven't already, guys, please do hit that like button and consider subscribing. That would be absolutely brilliant. Lucy Turner loved the sounds on this train. Yeah, I've not had the privilege of travelling on one of these in real life, so you'll have to tell me if the sounds are are as they should be, if they're accurate or if they're not. To me, it sounds good, but that obviously that's coming from someone who has no experience of these trains at all. But yeah, to me it does sound good. So the brakes on this are a little bit funky. All the time you're under dynamic braking, so above 10 mile an hour, it's okay. But once you get below 10 miles an hour, the air brake kicks in. Well, you've got to remember when the air brake kicks in, it takes a little bit of time to release it again. So if you've got a lot of braking, then you try and release it, there's a good chance you're going to stop before the brake actually releases. Okay, right, so I'm just going to use the tab key to get the doors open. Normally, offside door release, I'd get up out the seat, but I'm being lazy. I'm being lazy. So there we go, guys. There it is. Loving the look of the lighting on the water there. And the snow effects. Looks really good. You got the new water effects in this as well, which looks so much nicer than the water on the original route. Super Luke, the instrument lights are on. Sloth the Jolatin, morning. Good morning. TR9 train spotting. When I get this, I'm going to reskin it into London Underground D-Stock livery. Why not? Lucy Turner, the sounds are all correct, but I love the old trains and all of the sounds, but these are better. One thing I have noticed on this, which I've been really impressed by, is the lighting dynamics in the tunnel. So I noticed a few people in some of the Rivet Game pre-streams and stuff were saying how dark it was in the tunnel, but this is quite prototypical of what you would expect to see as a driver. Tunnels really are very dark. Yeah, Londo Spark, there is a guard. It's not an official guard mode, but you can work the train as a guard. If you go and have a look at the British Ace channel, Joe was streaming this earlier on, and he was sort of showing how that works. Yeah, Sloth the Jolatin, the livery issue. The Rivet Games do not have. They do not have the license to use the South Western Railway branding. So that's why we're in Island Line. Obviously, the Island Line branding is owned by DFT, but to get the proper South Western Railway branding on it, they need the licenses. From what I understand, South Western Railway haven't said no to the license; they just haven't said yes. Of course, we've got livery editor, and I should imagine if I had a look on the workshop, there'd probably be someone who's already done it. So yeah, something you can quite easily sort out for yourself. I'm absolutely useless with livery editor, so I'm not even going to attempt it. Coming round into Ryde St John's Road, which is where our depot is. Excuse me, I've got an ice cube in my mouth. Yeah, Super Luke 2334. Someone's made a realistic livery already. I knew that wouldn't take long. One of the videos I recorded, because I'm fortunate enough to get early access, so one of the videos I recorded yesterday, I said in that video, I'm pretty sure someone would have made a custom livery for it on release date. So, Ryde St John's. Too much brake. Oh, slippery. We got a bit of WSP going on. Get those doors open. So there we go. Got our depot over there. Now, this is a bit pedantic of me. We've got, I believe there's 5 units on the island in total. We've got 2 units here. We've got the unit we're driving, so somewhere along the route we should pass another 2 units. If we don't and they've disappeared into thin air, maybe been abducted by aliens. Oscar, hello! Or hello. Right, we are off to Brading. We're not stopping at Smallbrook Junction. Lovely semaphore signals there. So I think Rivet Games have priced this right. I believe it's $14.99. It's already out on console. If you're a PC player, then it is dropping later today. Around 6 o'clock, 1800 hours BST as far as I know. But I think it's priced at about $14.99, which, considering you get the train, which is very good, and you also get the updated route, I think it's a really, really good price point for it. The route, I think they've done, like I said, I've never actually travelled on the Island Line, but the route, to my eyes, looks very good. Right, we can get 45 now. Yeah, the route to my eyes does look very good. The environment art's really good. The textures are really good. The stations have been really well done. I put a video out 9 o'clock this morning, like a comparison video between the old route and the new route. So if you kind of want to have a look at the improvements that they made, do go and check that out. Lucy Turner, there could be a double unit running like in real life. Indeed. I'm hoping we are going to pass something at some point. No, Davidoff, I haven't tried the guard mode myself, but I was saying Joe was playing it earlier. It does look quite fun. The colour in the sky there is really good. Although the lighting on the trees to the left looks a little bit funky with the snow effects on it. So if we jump out here and just have a look at Smallbrook Junction from the air. You can see they've done a really good job with that. Now we have steam in the game, maybe the Isle of Wight Steam Railway would be a natural expansion to this that would work quite well. Who knows? Something I'd quite like to see. So just a quick note, guys, if you can hear noise behind me and hear people walking, this is why I don't stream during the day. My computer is in my living room. I don't have a streaming space, as it were. So I've got little Dad Rail here, Sammy, my youngest son. He's just coming up 3, and he's watching Hey Dougie on the telly behind me with Mum Rail. So if you can hear a bit of noise in the background, that'll be why. Yeah, Oscar, really good to get a bit of wheel slip going on. Get some proper sort of WSP in autumn and leafy conditions would be nice, where you can get your wheels locked up and you can slide through stations. That'd be really good. 156 Andrew, no, I never was a guard during my railway career. When I passed out as a passenger driver, we were competent to work trains as guards. So as part of your driver training, you have to work a train as a guard. I think it's 5 times. So I have guarded trains, but I never was a guard, as it were. Volvo B10, Sunrail. Davidoff, how is Mum Rail? Mum Rail is good. She's been enjoying the weather. Being Portuguese, she absolutely loves the heat. Azuma, hey Richard, what's your favourite tube stock? I don't really have much of an opinion on tube stock, if I'm being honest. I did like the D stock, what these are based off of. They were nice. I spent a lot of my time on the 70, I'm going to get this wrong, I want to say 76 stock, which I believe is the Bakerloo line. I spend a lot of time travelling on the Bakerloo line for work. Normally Charing Cross to Willesden or Charing Cross to Paddington. Right, there's a 15 coming up here somewhere. Let's get a bit of break in. Yeah, some of the lighting effects with this weather conditions on it are not particularly convincing. Yeah, Azuma 76. I told you 72, not 76. I told you I'd get it wrong. I'm not good when it comes to tube stock. Jacob Hardy, what is your favourite train? That is a good question. I don't really have a favourite as such, if I'm being honest with you. There's that 15 I was talking about but didn't slow down for. The favourite train that I sign to drive is the Class 73. Favourite train to ride on as a passenger? Yeah, it's probably a controversial one, but I like Voyagers and Pacers. That's very controversial, I know that. Train spotter from Berkshire. I can't jump in the Discord on this stream because I haven't set Discord up in streaming mode or got the right screen up, so I can't do that, unfortunately. It was kind of just an impromptu stream as we come into braiding. Of course, the biggest difference with braiding is that it now has a passing loop. In the original game, it didn't. It was just a disused platform. And we did just pass another train, didn't we? I wasn't paying no attention at all there. Is it a double? It's not a double. 484004. Yeah, so I'm saying that the environment art, you've got all of the platform ramps there and everything else. You've got sight. Oh, zooming off. I thought that was my train going off. Then I got all panicky. I wondered what was going on. I was all disorientated. Yeah, so I was saying you've got detail on the crossings there. Really, really nice. Signage. Please latch the gate. Really, really impressed with the kind of environment art and what they've managed to do with this route. Right, lock doors, off we go. We've got a green. We're 15 at the moment, up to 45 in a minute. Avanti Voyagers are decent, says Mr. Quicko Gaming. The cross-country ones are a bit naff. I've only ever been on, well, they were last time I went on a Voyager, it was back in Virgin days, so it was a little bit at a time. Mum Rouse walking past in her bikini. You don't want to see that. This camera has to go off. Someone was asking me about freight. I'm just looking for it. Richard, with the hot weather today, are freight trains going to cope with this kind of weather? Not an issue with the train itself. The trains are normally pretty good. I mean, diesel engines obviously can overheat, but they're normally pretty good. The biggest issue we've got is heat expansion on the rails. So just to put that in a little bit of context, obviously as steel heats up, it expands, and as it cools down, it contracts. Long welded rails, you've got long steel rails. The temperature at the rail is normally about 20, or can be up to 20 degrees warmer than the air temperature. So as the rail heats up, they expand. Now in a lot of places you've got expansion joints built into the track, so you might see in certain locations sort of, it almost looks like two bits of rail stitched together with kind of, you've got one sliding next to the other, and that's an expansion gap which allows the rails to expand. However, when we get extremes in temperature, it's possible that the rails can't expand enough, and what happens is they sort of start expanding into each other. If they can't expand towards each other, they'll then start pushing each other out, so the rails will buckle and twist, and that can cause all sorts of problems. Especially with the force of a train going over it and whacking that rail, it can cause a lot of problems. So that's why we have speed restrictions on. Gives you an opportunity to stop should you see a buckled rail, and just puts a bit less stress on the rails. It is said, and I know lots of people will say it on social media and stuff like that, you know, oh, you don't get this problem in countries in Europe where it's very hot and stuff like that. Well, basically the difference is their rails, when they're laid, the steel is stressed and it's had tension put under it. So the rails over there are stressed to a different level of which ours are. So they would have issues in extreme cold weather. So it's kind of trying to find that happy medium. So our rails are sort of stressed and tensioned for the average temperatures in this country. If it gets too hot, it's a problem. If it gets too cold, it's a problem. Like I say, countries like Portugal and stuff, their rails will be stressed for higher temperatures. If they were experiencing -2, -3, -4, they might get issues with brittle rails and stuff. So it's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, I'm afraid. Drunken Weather Vids, it's a scorching 37 degrees here. Officially, Charles, we need a GBRF 73 into classic load haul livery. Now, as far as I know, DB Schenker, DB Cargo, still own the rights to the load haul livery, which is why you're never going to see a GB Loco in load haul livery. I would love to see something in load haul livery, if I'm being perfectly honest. But I just don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. Officially, Charles, 39 degrees where I am. Azuma, what is the nicest freight loco to drive? So my favourite freight loco to drive is definitely the Class 73. The nicest one to drive is probably... The nicest one that I drive is probably a 66. They're comfortable, they're reliable, they're warm in the winter. Ours have got aircon. When it works, they're cool in the summer.
I'm coming.
She's running past again. 42 in Surrey, says DET Trains. I have Sunrail. One of the Sunrails. Hey. He's going to come and drive with his dad now. Say hiya. He's all fascinated by it, but he probably pressed the wrong button. That's where the name comes from, Dad Rail. 4 wonderful children. None of them are interested in trains, but I think this one might be. I've waited many years. I keep having kids until I get one that's interested in train. No, I don't recommend you do that. It's just coincidental. So our next station, I believe, is going to be Lake. Off to Lake. Raygun, been enjoying the route, but doing some Derby Simsig for a bit. Speeding! We do like a bit of Simsig. Convert the child into a spotter, absolutely. Azuma, do you have a favourite European loco? I think at the moment my favourite European loco is probably the Vectron. Michael Transport Enthusiast, welcome to... Sorry, Michael Transport Enthusiast Keen, welcome to Dad Rail, new subscriber. Yeah, I think my favourite European loco is probably the Vectron at the moment. It was out in Germany back in March, and they're slowly taking over there. If you haven't seen that video, Train Spotting in Germany, do go and check that out. That was a really good weekend. And I'm back there in September going to visit Miniature Wonderland. Quite a steep gradient there, 1.3 degrees up. And then a 1.1 down. Really noticeable, the change in gradient. So I get a bit of brake in here, not too far away from the station. Downhill. Slippery rail potentially. No problems at all. The Random Gamer, hello. Jacob Hardy, no, I've never driven a 321. It's a bit weird that all the station lights seem to have gone off. It seems a little bit early for that. It seems a little bit too dark still. It's quite atmospheric though. So saying about attention to detail, I've just noticed this, look, emergency telephone. If you ever see this symbol on the railway on a telephone, there's 7 or 8 different types of railway telephone. If you ever seen this one, it's an emergency telephone. But in an emergency, any telephone can be used. But this one is specifically an emergency telephone. That's what that symbol there is. Really, really good detailing. We've got working PIS, although we have... working CIS. The information screens on the platforms are known as CIS, customer information. The information screens on the trains are known as PIS, passenger information. So yeah, really, really good environment art. Although people have been out gritting the platform by the looks of it, but they've forgotten about this little bit here. Right, let's get going. Azuma, favourite European multiple unit. I can't remember what they're called. I'm gonna have to have a look now, aren't I? I think it's a Portuguese 3200. I'll soon tell you. Yeah, the Portuguese 3200, Series 3200. The Random Gamer, right, the destination's on the train. We can have a look at that. So, the control inside doesn't work to change it. But you can change it manually. We'll have special up because we are special. I'm special. Yes, so you've got a display inside the cab as well there, but you can't... you can only use the F7 key to change it. You can't press the buttons in the cab. It doesn't work, unfortunately. So, 52 of you lovely people in tonight, if you haven't already. Tonight. See, I'm doing it again. Tonight. Automatic. I'm just reading from scripts. Today, if you haven't already, please do hit that like button and consider subscribing. That would be brilliant. Do check out the other videos I've made on the Island Line as well. I've done one going in the opposite direction, with kind of talking a bit more about the train and the route and my thoughts on it. And also done a side-by-side comparison. It's about 5 minutes long, and it's just got shots from the old route and shots from the new route sort of overlaid with one another, so you can see the differences. So that is a fixed distance signal that you see there. So that is basically the same as one yellow. We treat that as one yellow. Sam, favourite station on the south coast? I'd probably have to say Brighton. I like Brighton. It's a nice station. Yeah, ray gun. They're not clickable. The up and down arrows, not clickable. Nothing's clickable on the panel there. Not on PC version, it's not anyway. Maybe it is on PlayStation version, I don't know. I don't think the TPWS loops work, which is good because we'd be triggering them at this speed. George Manley, welcome to Dadrail, new subscriber. Great to see you. And there we are at Shanklin. Open doors on the left. So I know Rivet Games have had a lot of criticism in the past for some of the updates and bits and bobs that they've done. Other than the livery issues on this one, what do you guys think of it? What you've seen so far on this route? Be really interested to hear your thoughts. I'm quite impressed with what Rivet have done with this, if I'm being honest with you. It's certainly 100 times, 1,000 times better than the original route in terms of not just the updates to the station, but the actual sort of environment art. Sort of looking at, as you're driving along in sections, sort of the trees between the line and stuff, they look so much better in this than what they do. And for me personally, the original route was reasonably buggy. I had it on numerous occasions where I couldn't get signals to clear and bits and bobs. There's a couple of little glitches in this, but there's nothing that stopped me completing a service. Every service I've done so far, I've been able to complete, which has been really good. So I'm quite impressed with this. Like I said, Dovetail have given me this for free, but I'm under absolutely no obligation. I can give you my honest opinions on it, which is really good. So, do we want to do another run back in the opposite direction, or shall we call it a day? What do you guys think? Do you want to go back the other way, or have you had enough of the island line? We're going to get my score. It's going to be bad. Oh, gold medal. Not too bad at all. Stop accuracy is not too bad there. Actually, that wasn't a bad run. That was pretty good. British Film Guy, really like it all round compared to the previous version. It is a massive improvement. Londo Spark, Rivet really do seem to have upped their game a lot since the original. Excellent. I was just about to say my game's crashed, but I think it's okay. Londo Spark back in the daytime. 156 go back. TR9 another run back. Go on then. We'll do another run back because it's quite a quick route, and then we'll definitely call it a day after that. Because it's like I said earlier, I have a computer tower right next to me, chucking off loads of heat. Betty Swallocks, I think, is the polite way of putting it. Should we do it? We'll do a summertime run then. Let's do an evening run. Not that late. What do we reckon? 2019? 2119. Shanklin back to Ride Pier Head. That should be good. Biggs Bunny, good afternoon. Yeah, Davidoff, what Davidoff said, do the guard thing. I'm not going to do the guard thing because I'm not entirely sure how to do it. If you want to see the guard thing, if you head over to Joe's channel, British Ace, he's got some really good stream he done earlier. He was guarding on there and he kind of show you how it's done. Is that a little bit too dark? Do we want to go? Yeah, that's a 21:20 departure. We'll go a little bit earlier than that because that's a bit dark. I just want the sunset. So, where are we? 2019. That's the one we just done, wasn't it? 2019. We'll go for the 1915 departure then. Yeah, Drunk Weather Vid certainly does look a lot different to the Train Sim Classic version. Okay, unlock doors. There has been an update that's dropped for this as well, so I'm going to run down the back and see if we've got reds on. Oh, my game's freezing. Come on. Computer's getting too hot. It doesn't like it. Yeah, see, look, we've got whites on the back. So we do need to fix that. Where are we? Tail lights. Perfect. Did I not put tail lights on? It keeps clicking back. There we go. Tail lights. Reds are up. Okay. Run, 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 run. It's time to go. Close the cab door. Safety systems in. It's a bit weird that you have to do the TPWS one. That is not correct. TPWS, the temporary isolation of TPWS, resets itself as soon as the key's been removed. So that's not correct. Right, we'll go straight into forward. We're going to close the passenger doors. Make sure we've got lights on. Day running. Saloon lighting on. And I think we are all good to go. $15 out the platform, then up to 45. London Spark, Betty Swallocks. My tower is right next to my leg. Yeah, British Ace, no guarding action from me. I'm afraid I'll leave that up to you, bud. I've been telling people if they want to see how the guarding works to head over to your channel. I know you've done a stream on that earlier on. Did we find out what TPI was? No, I don't think we did. We're trying to find out what one of the safety systems means, guys. TPI. One of the safety systems listed up there says TPI. We weren't sure what that one was. Or TPF, sorry. TPF-IS. I'm guessing IS is isolating switch. Oh, look at that. We're speeding. That's what you get for speeding. It's a tea and biscuits moment. Pure lemon. Imagine how Simba. You mean Simba McSquishy Face? Simba McSquishy Face is outside, gingerly walking around the pool. It's a paddling pool, not a proper pool. I don't have a proper pool, just a paddling pool. Yeah, I know that the heat on like dogs' paws and cats' paws and stuff is on pavements and stuff is really not good for them in this weather. Dan Diggers, yeah, we're all good, thanks, bud. Oh, you've overcooked that a bit. Ah, oh, it's on the platform. If it's on the platform, it counts. That'll do. We'll take it. It's on the platform. It's on the platform. Londo Spot, I thought that speeding was a meeting without coffee. No, we're only human. We all make mistakes at the end of the day, so... The Simba is bearable. Last bit, not so much. Well, his name's actually Squishy. I think Squishy won over. I wanted to call him Simba. Mum wanted to call him Squishy. We put it to the chat a few streams ago, and the verdict was Simba McSquishy Face. But it didn't catch on round here, unfortunately. Right, let's go to Sandown. Yeah, Brit Joe. Compared with the... Was it the... Oh, soundlight flashing then. Compared with the... I want to call it... Was it 38 stock, the original Island Line stock? The 383s. Compared to the 383s, the brakes on this are nowhere near as good. Absolutely nowhere near as good. Dan Stiggers, I am watching this while sitting in depot as the train I am meant to be working has been cancelled. You can justify it, Dan. You can say it's route learning. It's completely justifiable. TR9 train spotting says TPI, train protection interlock. Oh, there's a 50, not paying attention. The TPWS would have totally taken me out coming up to that at that speed. Ah, I just noticed a bug. Did anybody else just see the bug, guys? There was a bug. Did anybody just notice the bug? Coming into the station, there was a bug. Rewind the video if you need to. Did anyone spot it? Oh, we're going to be on the mark. Not a bad stop. We'll take that one. Unlock the doors on the left. Dan Diggers, haha, definitely route learning. Although I worked yesterday, 60 mile an hour from Ashford to Tunbridge. It's a killer. Yeah, I got a train home from Charing Cross to Tunbridge yesterday, which is obviously 60. All freight traffic in the southeast has been subjected to 30-mile-an-hour restriction. But fortunately I've not had the pleasure of working anything at that speed. Trainboy5677, thank you very much. Very generous. Really appreciate that. Locking the doors. Det Trains, I loved your GSMR video. Thank you very much. Off we go to Brading, 15 miles an hour. JB Video, would love to see you drive a Bossman Games steam locomotive from Train Sim Classic. My knowledge of steam locomotives is really poor. The Spirit of Steam on here, I can just about manage that. If I was to try one of the Bossman locos, I would run out of steam or blow it up or break it inevitably very quickly. I think it would take a little bit of practice before I could do that. So, did anyone notice the bug there coming into Sandown? I'll tell you what it was. You can rewind the video and check it if you want. The distance signal coming in was green. The signal on the end of the platform was red. You can't go from a green to a red. That is a huge no-no. So that is definitely a bug. And I have reported that one back to the devs as well. Joshua Styles, welcome to Dabrowell, new subscriber. Great to have you here. So if you are new to the channel, guys, then please do hit that like button and consider subscribing. That would be brilliant. And if this is the first video you've seen by me, then my name is Richard, and I am a freight train driver and a former passenger train driver based in the southeast of England. As well as the train sim content, if you have a look through the channel, you can find train driver vlog videos, you can find a couple of rule-based videos. That's something I've just started up, is doing rules videos. Train spotting videos where I've been out and about various places in Europe, and some odds and ends and bits and bobs like that. So yeah, if you are new here, you're very welcome. Great to have you here. And if you want to as well, you're welcome to join the Dabrowell Discord server, and you'll find an invitation link in the description below for that one. British Ace, Amanda is from Venezuela, and even she says it's a sauna today. Yeah, my wife, Danny, aka Mumrail, Portuguese, and even she's saying it's hot today. So I was saying earlier, Joe, the biggest problem is I've got a computer tower sitting right next to me, spitting off loads of heat. And it's right next to my leg, so it's warming up all my vital parts. Right, there's a 15 round here somewhere as we come into Brading. There we go. Trainboy5677, you get paid a lot of money when you work for a train driver. Yeah, it's no secret the train driver salary, we are on, you know, reasonable money. Don't always believe the headline figures that you read in the paper, though. I would say that a lot of the figures that the media like to quote about what a train driver earns are slightly inflated. Oh, it was almost a perfect stop. Londo Spark, do you do any SimSig videos? I really want to get into that. No, I've not done any SimSig videos. I think British Ace Joe's done some SimSig stuff. I play SimSig, but I haven't done any videos on it. It's, for me personally, I don't think it makes it a particularly interesting video. I mean, other people might disagree, but it's not something I really want to do on a stream or as a video or anything like that. I think sort of, hey, suicidal male on the platform. We have a suicidal ICE one. Who's disappeared? I think I'm going to have to get like a Ghostbusters kind of, you know, button on my stream deck, so when that happens again I can play Ghostbusters. We're running early as well, brilliant. Yeah, no, there are a few SimSig videos about, but it's not something I'm particularly interested in doing. Joshua Styles, I'm looking forward to purchasing this route as I'm from the island. So as someone from the island, Joshua, what do you think of it? What's your opinion? Have they done a good job of it? Valves Gaming 2005, hello, welcome to the stream. We are running early. Londo Spark, to be honest, if you're in charge of many thousands of tons of freight in many people's life, then you deserve a decent pay packet. There's lots of people that don't think that way, I'm afraid. Mr. Quicko, Joe has done rail route. Yeah, I've had a look at rail route. I think I still prefer SimSig though, if I'm being honest. Lock doors, we are off. Where are we going? Ride St John's Road. So regular viewers on my streams will know that we play a game called Locomotive Livery Location. Who would like to play Locomotive Livery Location? Little stream game that we play. Yeah, Joe, I've not played fishing, the fishing sim that Dovetail have got. Is it good? It's not something I've ever played. Jaden Kirk, welcome to Davrow, new subscriber. Yeah, Trainboy 568. I've got a few of the Armstrong Powerhouse packs. I do think they certainly add a lot to the they do add a lot to the base game. Joshua Styles, it's a very good train. The one thing that they could work on is the smart passenger information screen like the Brighton Mainline Class 377. That's a fair point. Valves Gaming, getting this tomorrow. I've been to the island, I've got to say it's pretty accurate. It does seem like, you know, everyone's the reviews on this have been really positive. I think Rivet have done, you know, genuinely they've really upped their game with this. I know when they brought West Cornwall out, and I think Rivet were responsible for, I want to say Lurzen. Did Rivet do Lurzen? But yeah, I know with West Cornwall there was kind of a lot of, oh, it's a Rivet route, it's not great, there's this wrong with it and that wrong with it. But with this one, you know, every sort of all the reviews I've read and everything, what everyone's been saying, it's been really, really positive. Davidoff, do you think that the train should be on strike next week? I think, Davidoff, I think strike action is never good. But we live in a free world, free society, free market, and people need to do whatever they feel's right. I'm not going to get into the politics of it. I'm not on strike. My union are not in dispute. My company are not in dispute. The union are not in dispute with my company. I'm not on strike. I think strikes are never good. To be honest with you, I think, you know, it's an absolute last resort. But I agree with people's right to strike. Det trains, I absolutely love this route. Oh, that's not good. That's my work phone. I'm just hanging up on my boss. Yeah, no, really good reviews on this route, which is brilliant. Yeah, Rivet did Cersei Lurzen, yeah, brilliant. Yeah, see, I really like that route. Leave me alone. I've done my work for today, I've got no more work to do. Yeah, Trainboy567, I wish if there's no strikes on the railways, but sometimes it never comes true. Yeah, unfortunately, it's just the way things are at the moment. Mum Rail, answer the phone. Tell him I'm driving.
What do I say?
Tell him I'm driving, it's not a lie.
I can't tell them you're driving.
Okay.
Don't
It's not a lie, I am
you
driving.
need to answer it.
Oh, what was that TV show back in the day where they had the Nokia ringtone going off and they'd be answering, go, hello? Yeah, I'm in the cinema. It's a classic Nokia though, look at that. That's the quality work phones. They never break though, they're indestructible. It's true. Right, we're down for the 30. Brilliant. You're not supposed to have your phone on in the cab. Depending on your company policy. I will add that. Some companies do allow it. So it's just 30 across the point work there, then we're back up to 45. Answer it and put it on speaker. You got the whistle and the horn as well, which is really nice. Right, this is another bug here. The distance signal that you can see there is glowing green. A distance signal in the on position like that should be showing one yellow, so the light should be glowing yellow. Basically, a semaphore signal like that just has coloured lenses in it, so a distance signal has a yellow lens and a green lens, and it just has a lamp behind it. So a distance signal in the on position means that we have to assume that every stop signal within that signaler's control area is in the danger position. So if the distance signal's on, you need to assume that every other signal, every stop signal within that signaler's control area is at danger as well. It's known as absolute block signalling, and I will be doing a rules video on that. I've already done the artwork for the animations, so that will be coming. I don't know if the next rules video is going to be on some sort of signalling video, or it may be on something called PTS, Personal Track Safety. Gonna have to wait and see. See, what I would like to see on these routes is when you come into platforms, I'd like to see, or I'd like to hear announcements going off on the platforms announcing what the train is. Even just sort of, even if it's not time specific, just sort of generic announcements. A little bit more atmosphere on the platforms and stuff I think would be really good. Someone's desperate to speak to me. No, I'm not answering. It just says unknown number. I've got no idea who's calling me. I bet it's someone in the stream. Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. Right, we are back. Let's find the right button. Is my microphone on? Microphone is on, camera's on. Okay. Right, Mum Rail's going to take care of that for me if it rings again. I want to know who it is now. It's not my boss, it just says unknown number. But someone is pretty desperate to get hold of me. But not many people have got my work phone number, which is interesting. Only people at work, so I've got no idea who it could be. Oh, that's terrible. If they've given up ringing, I'm never going to find out who it was. Right, ride Espalade, 20 mile an hour. Let's go.
Hello. Well, whoever it is wants to give you a taxi, but I can hear you, so it's in there.
We are rounding the corner. I'm just trying to work out what's going on.
There's someone there. I can hear you.
She can hear me on the phone. Someone in the stream. Who's in the stream?
Wait, where's the taxi going? The airport?
Taxi. Come on, own up. Who is it? Who's got my phone number? That's more the problem. Who is in this chat that works with me that could possibly have my work number? I enjoyed Dan. That's a nice run down to Dover along the seawall. So yeah, have a good time. Someone's got to own up. Dan, fingers crossed for an aircon 375. Yeah, I can quite imagine. The networkers and stuff can get pretty warm in this weather. Right, it's completely distracting me. What am I doing? Driving a train. 57 of you lovely people in this afternoon. Got it right. If you haven't already, please do hit that like button and consider subscribing. That would be absolutely brilliant. Trainboy5677, thank you very much for joining us. Really appreciate it, bud. Hope you have a good rest of the day. Oh, look at the lighting. Beautiful. Superb lighting there. Yeah, I think Rivet are getting nearly 10 out of 10 for this one. Definitely going to be up there. Debt Train's 43, definitely not me. I know there are a couple of people from my work that watch these streams. I'm trying to work out from the people that are in the chat who it might be. Yeah, really enjoying the lighting effects there. That's got to be a shot when we leave, isn't it? Yeah, that way. What works? There we go. Right. We're running early. Dadrow, have you ever driven down to Weymouth? No, I've driven as far as Southampton. I signed as far as Southampton. Never been down as far as Weymouth. I've been round the back road via Romsey and not Salisbury. There's a junction just before Salisbury. It takes you around to Basingstoke. I've driven around that bit of track. I don't sign it, but I have driven that bit. But no, never down as far as Weymouth. What do you prefer, the horn or the whistle? Let's grab a screenshot of that. That looks quite nice. What are we? 20 up to Ride Pierhead. Debt Trades 43. Deborah, have you driven or been to Dorking? Yeah, I signed Dorking. I signed the Mole Valley, so Horsham, Dorking, all the way up to Sutton and London. I signed that route. I don't sign Dorking Deep Dean yet, but that is on my to learn bit. I reckon it's Joe who has your number. I don't think Joe's got my number, but you never know. Mr. Quicko says horn, TR9 says whistle. The battle is on, guys. Horn versus whistle. What do we prefer? Yeah, Londo Spark, definitely. If you don't sign a particular section of track, you're not allowed to drive over it. So you have to have what they call a conductor driver, a route conductor. So it's basically someone that does sign the route that can tell you where to go in the nicest possible way. So I am going to point out something here that is wrong with it. So you can see there's a TPWS stop loop there. You know it's a stop loop because it's effectively 2 loops next to each other. If I run over that, it is going to work. The TPWS is going to fire off. So we'll allow that to happen. And the emergency brakes are going to come hard on. There we go. We'll open the doors all the same. So this here that's flashing brake release, that is not a light. In real life, that is just a button. It's got a button with a little glass cover on it. What will happen is you'll have either SPAD, overspeed, or AWS will start flashing at you. When it flashes at you, you then have to press and hold the brake release button and press and hold either SPAD, overspeed, or AWS, whatever's triggered the activation. That in real life does not flash. That is just a button. It doesn't even have a light bulb in it. But that's a small thing, and I should, you know, it's definitely not the end of the world at all. It's just a small thing. I'm assuming it's going to time out after 60 seconds, but we'll see. Right, what do we do score-wise? Let's have a little look. Yeah, it's a good question, Joe. Is there any speed limits you're unsure of on bits you sign? So you'll know all the sort of primary speed limits and the main speed limits. But if there's junctions or crossovers that you don't often go over, then sometimes you might not be too sure on what all the speeds are. So obviously, as you'll see out on the main line, nearly all the speeds are still signposted. So you have to know them and have a good understanding of them. But you've still got boards there as a reminder, just in case. With crossovers, if you don't know what speed it is, you treat everything as 15 miles an hour. Gold medal attempt. Not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. Oh, that's a good point. Volvo B10M says, does that say brake? Isn't it supposed to say brake? Yeah. Actually, you're completely correct. I'm just looking at, I don't know if you can see my mouse there. If I click off of here, it's going to... Is it going to kick me out? It's going to kick me out, isn't it? Oh no, we go back into free roam. You're completely right. Brake is spelt wrong. That is a very me thing to do. That is the sort of thing I would do. They have spelt brake wrong. I'm going to have to go around the whole cab now and check the spelling of everything. That is spelt wrong. Wow. There we go. That is definitely a very me thing to do. There we go. So guys, I'm going to... Oh, Mum Rail's walking past. Bikini babes in the streams. It's family friendly. Yeah, so I'm going to end the stream there, guys. Do let me know what you think of the route. I'm very pleased with it. I think Rivet have done a fantastic job on this, and I think personally I'm going to get many hours out of this route, many hours of enjoyment. So. Yeah, brilliant. Great to see so many of you in, considering this is an afternoon stream, and I don't normally stream in the afternoon, so that's brilliant. If you haven't already, please do hit that like button and consider subscribing. I have put out another 2 videos on the route, one where I sort of talk about the route and the train in a bit more detail, and I've got a side-by-side comparison as well between the old route and the new route. They are both on the channel. Do go and check those out. My phone is ringing, so that gives me the perfect reason to press the end stream button. Music has started. As soon as the stream goes off, thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe, social media, all that good stuff. I'm going to go and answer my phone now.